your chest feels heavy. The body keeps the score. Prove that your nervous system records every moment of unprocessed stress, storing it in muscles, organs, and cellular memory. Most people ignore these signals until their body forces them to listen through chronic pain, exhaustion, or illness. At 4,000, I'll show the 3-step somatic reset technique that releases decades of accumulated tension. The cost of not understanding this? You'll keep medicating symptoms while the real problem grows stronger in your tissues. Your autonomic nervous system doesn't distinguish between physical danger and emotional threat. When your boss criticizes you, your body responds as if a predator is attacking. Stress hormones flood your bloodstream, muscles contract for fight or flight, but there's nowhere to run, so the tension stays. Each unresolved conflict, each swallowed emotion, each moment you chose politeness over authenticity gets archived in your fascia. Your connective tissue becomes a library of unexpressed feelings, creating patterns of chronic tension that reshape how you move through the world. Van der Kolk's research revealed that trauma isn't just psychological, it's biological. Your body develops compensatory patterns to protect itself from future harm. Shoulders rise toward ears. Breathing becomes shallow. Jaw clenches unconsciously. These adaptations become your new normal, but that's only part of it. In the United States, 77% of adults experience physical symptoms caused by stress regularly. Meanwhile, European studies show that 68% of Russians report chronic muscle tension that interferes with daily activities. Your body is participating in a global epidemic of stored stress. The stress doesn't disappear when the situation ends. It accumulates in your hip flexors from sitting defensively, in your neck from holding your head in hypervigilance, in your diaphragm from breath-holding patterns developed in childhood. Your body becomes a museum of survival strategies. Most people treat symptoms with painkillers, massage, or endless therapy sessions that address the mind but ignore the body's testimony. They're trying to solve a somatic problem with cognitive tools. The stress remains locked in tissue, creating chronic inflammation and mysterious pain. Here's where it gets deeper. Your nervous system develops a baseline of hyperactivation. What feels normal to you would feel overwhelming to someone with a regulated system. You adapt to living in a state of chronic activation, mistaking it for energy or motivation. The cost compounds daily as your adrenals burn out. Place your hand on your chest right now. Feel your heartbeat. Notice if your breathing is shallow or deep. This simple awareness is the first step toward nervous system regulation. Your body has been trying to communicate with you through sensation. You're finally listening. The hidden cost is relational. When your nervous system is dysregulated, you perceive threat in neutral situations. Partners become adversaries. Colleagues seem hostile. Children's normal behavior feels overwhelming. You're not responding to present reality, but to accumulated stress patterns from your past. Your creativity suffers because the nervous system prioritizes survival over innovation. Chronic stress puts you in a perpetual state of threat detection, shutting down the prefrontal cortex responsible for creative thinking. You wonder why inspiration feels elusive while living in biological emergency mode. Sleep becomes non-restorative because your muscles never fully release. You wake up tired because your body worked all night maintaining protective tension. Dreams become processing centers for unresolved stress, leaving you exhausted upon waking. Which means the fix has to start here. Here's what actually works. Van der Kolk's somatic reset begins with pendulation, deliberately moving between states of tension and relaxation. Clench your fist for 5 seconds, then release completely. Notice the contrast. Your nervous system learns safety through this controlled experience of stress and relief. Step 2 is orienting. Turn your head slowly left and right, tracking movement with your eyes. This activates the vagus nerve and signals safety to your brainstem. Predators don't leisurely observe their environment. This simple movement tells your nervous system the immediate threat is past. The third technique is grounding through weight. Press your feet firmly into the floor, lean against a wall, and feel the support. Physical pressure activates proprioceptors that send calming signals to your brain. You're literally grounding stored electrical charge through contact with stable surfaces. Van der Kolk emphasizes bilateral stimulation, alternating movements that engage both brain hemispheres. March in place, alternating arm swings. This integrates fragmented experiences stored in different parts of your nervous system. The rhythm creates coherence between mind and body. Breathwork specifically targets the vagus nerve. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This 4-7-8 pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system, shifting you out of survival mode. Your heart rate variability improves, signaling safety to every cell in your body. The final step is titration, processing stress in small, manageable doses. Don't flood yourself with intense emotions. Touch the edge of discomfort, then return to neutral. Your nervous system builds resilience through repeated exposure to manageable challenge and recovery. Try the 4-7-8 breathing right now. 4 counts in, hold for 7, out for 8. Notice how your shoulders drop slightly. Your jaw unclenches. This isn't placebo. You're literally rewiring decades of protective patterns in real time. Most healing happens not in dramatic breakthroughs, but in microscopic moments of choice. Each time you pause instead of react, each conscious breath, each moment of presence is rewiring your baseline. You're not fixing yourself, you're remembering your natural state. Van der Kolk discovered that the body wants to heal. Your nervous system isn't broken, it's adapted. Every symptom was once a solution. Chronic tension protected you when you couldn't protect yourself. Now you have choice. The same intelligence that created the pattern can transform it. Your body has been carrying stories that don't belong to you. Inherited trauma, cultural stress patterns, family nervous system legacies. The techniques aren't just personal healing, they're generational. You're breaking cycles that have existed in your lineage for decades, possibly centuries. Every day you wait, the patterns deepen. Neural pathways become highways. Muscle tension becomes structural. The somatic techniques work, but only with consistent practice. Your nervous system changes through repetition, not intensity. Small actions taken daily create profound transformation. The cost of remaining dysregulated compounds. Relationships suffer as you perceive threat in safety. Creativity stagnates under chronic stress. Sleep quality deteriorates. Inflammation increases. Your body ages faster in a state of perpetual emergency. The time for awareness is past. Now action is required. Your future self is either thanked or blamed by the choices you make today. The techniques from The Body Keeps the Score aren't suggestions. They're requirements for anyone serious about reclaiming their nervous system. The question isn't whether they work, but whether you'll work them. Start with pendulation tonight. 5 minutes of alternating tension and release before sleep. Your nervous system will begin updating its threat assessment database. Tomorrow, add orienting movements. By week's end, grounding and bilateral stimulation. Small progressions create sustainable change. The research is clear. The techniques are proven. The only variable is your commitment to practicing them consistently. Your body has waited decades to feel safe. It will wait forever unless you actively engage with the healing process. The choice, as always, is yours. Start healing stored stress tonight. Begin tonight with the pendulation technique. Clench your fists for 5 seconds, then release completely. Notice the contrast your nervous system craves. Tomorrow, we explore why your brain creates anxiety about problems that don't exist and the neuroscience of worry loops.